Joining us right now with some of the details. Congressman Mike Gallagher is the chairman of the China Select Committee. And we've got Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy here as well. He's a ranking member of the China Select Committee. How was dinner?
It was great. It's great to be in New York, although it's very intimidating for someone from Green Bay. The city's very large, and I feel dramatically uncool every time I'm here. But
was there anybody over dinner last night, though, that actually took the position effectively that China is not the risk that I think both of you may think it is?
I don't think anyone took that position. I think we got a lot of pushback. What was interesting, this is a scenario we played out in 2028, and it was amazing how limited our options were unless we took action today to reduce some of the coercive economic leverage that China has over us. And we saw this obviously play out in the pandemic, where they threatened to weaponize advanced pharmaceutical ingredient supply chain. And so one of the biggest takeaways, I think, is how essential it is to take meaningful action now so we have a broader array of options in the future should we confront China in a Taiwan scenario.
Are you both of you exactly on the same page? I've always thought of him as relatively hawkish. Are you as hawkish about China?
Well, I think that we are. I think we're relatively on the same page. I think that perhaps there's a different emphasis on what we need to do going forward. So I agree with Mike that we need to do a lot right now to, for instance, prevent a military move on Taiwan by China. You know, we got to prevent a war at all costs. And then we have to do what we have to do with our partners, friends, and allies to combat kind of the economic aggression. I think where we differ is on how much dialogue we need to have with the CCP right now, even as we're doing those other things.
Are you at all costs on Taiwan as a function of democracy, as a function of the semiconductor issue? You know, there's some people who say we should protect Ukraine at all costs. Other people say we shouldn't protect Ukraine at all costs, or that by protecting Ukraine, you're trying to protect Taiwan.
All of the above. I think that here's the issue, which is that if the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, moves on Taiwan, it would lead to a catastrophic war, a global depression, and tens of thousands of lives being lost on all sides. That's something we have to prevent.
Where are you on that?
I think we have many reasons for defending Taiwan. If for no other reason, our standing treaty commitments in the Indo-Pacific region we'd be unable to fulfill them if the CCP controlled Taiwan. The semiconductor issue is obviously important because it would allow them to hold the rest of the world economically hostage. And finally, I would say that we've had this debate about foreign commitments in recent years and the nature of sort of using the military to spread democracy, and that's very controversial. There's something fundamentally different about defending an existing and vibrant democracy from authoritarian aggression. And if we don't stand for that, I'm not sure what we stand for as leaders of the free world.
What do you tell Tim Cook, who's now in a situation where his phone is, you know, if you're a government official or government employee in China, it's not only that you can't take this into the building, which means you don't even want to own this phone. What do you tell Bob Iger, who's got his Shanghai Disney, huge capital investment there? What do you tell the folks at Starbucks who have, you know, I think over, what is it, more than 25,000 employees in China? I mean, what do you do?
Yeah. We've had an opportunity to talk with all these people in a bipartisan fashion on the Select Committee, and though I think they have let's say, a more dovish position on China, I think they're starting to recognize the risks of having your supply chain or your business model concentrated in China. Now, I recognize that changing that is not going to happen overnight. It's not like we can fly a helicopter over the Foxconn facilities, pick them up, and plop them into India. We need to find the right mix of sticks and carrots to make it easier over the course of a decade for a company like that to diversify their supply chain and minimize the risks they face in China.
One of the most interesting things that we've learned is that private sector companies are already doing a lot of what we are, as a governmental body, asking them to do. And so, you know, the question is, do we need to put more incentives in place to accelerate that process?